in our last episode?
The Generalized Occupational Aptitude Test. GOAT. Everyone here in the vault takes it when they're 16. Helps to figure out what sort of a job you'll have here in Vault 101 when you get a bit older. You're 16 now, so this year you take the GOAT. Come on, it's not so bad. Everyone has to take it. You'll do just fine.
Tunnel snakes rule! I can show you a real tunnel snake, Amada.
Don't mess with the tunnel snakes. I don't follow anyone. Wally Mack is his own man, and the tunnel snakes is where I belong. Why? You think Butch is in charge? He's not the boss of me. Nobody's the boss of me. I'm out of here.
Butch?
We're done here.
Done? We're not done. I say when we're done.
Don't know who put you in charge. I say we're done. Let's go, Paul.
Are you sure? Butch? Okay. Whatever you say, Wally. Tunnel snakes rule. Fine, let's go. I was done here anyway. This ain't over, Daddy's girl. I'm not finished with you either, twerp.
Thanks for getting rid of them. Assholes.
Well, you made it. All set for the GOAT? Question 7. Oh no, you've been exposed to radiation, and a mutated hand has grown out of your stomach. What's the best course of treatment? Pedicurist. I might have guessed manicurist, or even masseuse, but apparently, you're a foot person.
Back off.
I'll see you tomorrow, bright and early.
Anything is possible, even an A.
Daddy's
Mr.
not
Promise.
here to save you now. Is he?
So what are you gonna do now? Selfish and insubordinate. Just
Wake up!
You
Come
need to
on, wake
know
up!
these things. I'm not going to be around to hold your hand forever.
Come on! You've got to wake up!
Leave me alone. I'm trying to get some sleep.
No! You've got to get up right now! If my father's men catch you here, I don't know what will happen.
How weird. I was just dreaming about you.
Oh, gross! Knock it off! This is serious!
Huh? What? What's wrong, Amada?
You've got to get out of here. Your dad is gone and my father's men are looking for you.
Huh? I've never seen you so scared, Amada. What's happened?
It's Jonas! They killed him! My father's men. They took him and... Oh my god, you have to leave now!
Okay, I'm listening now. What's happened to Jonas?
I'm sorry, he's dead. They beat him, they just wouldn't stop, and my father ordered them to do it. I snuck out to warn you as soon as they were gone.
What? Jonas is dead? What the hell is going on?
My father's men think Jonas helped your dad escape. They caught him and brought him to my dad's office, and they... Oh my god.
So, Mr. Paranoid has finally gone over the edge.
God damn it! Stop making jokes and listen to me! Jonas is dead! Do you understand what I'm saying to you? My father ordered the guards to do it. And now they're coming here to do the same thing to you. This is not a joke. You need to get out of here.
Well, why didn't you say they were killing people? Let's get out of here.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Tell me who killed Jonas. They won't get away with this.
I don't know. Some of my father's men? Look, that doesn't matter right now. You need to worry about getting out of here alive. Revenge will have to wait.
You're not gonna cry, are you?
No, why should I cry? He was your friend, not mine. I came here to help you. If you still want my help, we'd better get going.
Oh my god. Are you okay?
Yeah, don't worry about me. I'm just sorry you had to find out like this. I know Jonas was your friend. But we've got to go now. My father's men will be here any minute.
So they killed Jonas, and I'm next, is that it?
Yeah, it's lucky I got here ahead of them, but we can't stand here talking. You've got to get out of here.
If your father killed Jonas, I'm gonna make him pay.
You don't understand. It's your dad. He's left the vault. They think Jonas helped him. And they think you're part of it. You know how paranoid my father is anyway. This has pushed him right over the edge. You can worry about revenge later. Right now, you've got to get away before security gets here.
I've heard enough. I'm gonna make them pay.
Don't be an idiot! What are you gonna do, fight the whole security force by yourself? No, I've thought about it. There's only one way. You have to follow your dad. You have to leave the vault.
Big deal. So your dad's mad at my dad. What's that got to do with me?
Aren't you listening? Your dad is gone! From the vault! He opened the main door and left! My father has completely flipped out. I've never seen him like this. He ordered the guards to beat Jonas to death. And now they're looking for you!
Good for Dad. About time someone stood up to the overseer. No offense.
You don't understand. Your dad somehow opened the main door and left the vault. My father, I've never seen him so angry. Listen to me. If the guards find you, they'll kill you.
What do you mean my dad is gone?
He's left the vault. I don't know how, but he's gone. And my father, he's kind of gone crazy.
Dad couldn't have really left the vault. That's impossible.
I thought so too, but it's true. He's gone, and Jonas is dead, and now they're looking for you.
Even if that's all true, how did you get here first?
Oh, so you don't trust me now? Thanks a lot. You think it was easy for me to get here with the rad roaches and security all over the place?
Lights out? Rad roaches? Maybe you'd better tell me more about what's going on.
Your sense of self-preservation never fails to rise to the surface.
Whatever. In any case, I don't need any more of your help.
Fine, you're on your own then. I'll wait here and see how long until you come crawling back begging for my help.
Sorry, Amada. I do trust you. It's just a lot to take in.
I understand. It must be rough, waking up suddenly to find your dad gone and everything turned upside down. Listen, it may not be any of my business, but didn't your dad tell you anything about his plans?
You're right. It's none of your business.
I'm sorry I asked, and I'm not just saying that. I shouldn't have pried.
Oh, of course he did. My dad tells me everything.
Oh, okay. Sure.
No, I had no idea he was planning to leave.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sure he had his reasons. Maybe Jonas was supposed to explain everything to you?
You're the overseer's daughter. Can't you fix this?
Not this time. My father, he's not listening to anybody. If he even finds out that I've been helping you? But that doesn't matter. I can take care of myself. It's you he's looking for. And I have a plan. I know how to get you out of the vault. Well, I think it'll work.
Oh, not another one of your plans, Amada.
I don't have time to explain everything. You're just gonna have to trust me this time. Listen, there's a secret tunnel that leads directly from my father's office to the exit. You'll have to hack the computer in his office to open it. Use these to get into his office. That's how I always get in.
I don't need help from anyone, especially not from the overseer's daughter.
Fine, be that way. Good luck with the whole vault and lockdown, rad roaches everywhere, and security guarding every door. I'm sure you'll have no trouble escaping on your own.
Dad didn't need your help, and neither do I.
Fine, I can't stop you. You don't deserve it, but I'll wait here so when you change your mind, you'll know where to find me.
With that, we begin the quest Escape. Even after being so cruel to Amada, we can always come back to see if she'll help us.
Well, look who's come crawling back. What do you want?
Nothing. I just wanted to see if you were still waiting for me to come back.
I don't even know why I bother with you.
I may have been a little hasty earlier. I'm ready to hear your plan.
Not exactly an apology, but probably the best I can expect. You'd better listen because you'll never escape without my help. There's a secret tunnel that leads directly from my father's office to the exit. You'll have to hack the computer in his office to open it. Use these to get into his office. That's how I always get in.
What makes you think this tunnel won't be guarded? It could be a trap.
We don't have time for this! Trust me, security doesn't know about the tunnel. Just my father and me.
That sounds awfully complicated. Why can't I just go out the normal way?
My father's not stupid. He's sealed the door to the exit to prevent anyone else from escaping. The tunnel is the only way out. You're just gonna have to trust me.
Sounds like a good plan, Amada. Let's get out of here.
Oh, one more thing. I stole my father's pistol. I hope you won't need it, but you'd better take it just in case.
No, you keep it. You may need it more than I do.
Well, okay. I guess it may come in handy if I run into any rad roaches.
Nice. This'll come in handy if I run into any of your father's goons.
I hope you're joking. Even with that pistol, I don't think you'll win a fight against the whole security force.
Thanks, Amada. I'll use it only as a last resort. I promise.
Okay, I'll try to meet you at the exit. Watch out for security. Good luck.
With that, Amada dashes for the door.
I'll meet you at the vault door if I can, but don't wait for me.
Before we leave, we can pack some of our prized childhood possessions. Our baseball bat, ball, and glove from when we were on the baseball team, the BB gun Dad gave us for our 10th birthday, and some clothing from the dresser. The 10mm pistol that Amada gave us is significantly better than the BB gun that we have, but she only gave us 24 ounce, and we have no idea what we're gonna face. To save ammo, we'll use the baseball bat for now. The clothing we looted doesn't have very good damage resistance, but some of the status effects may come in handy. Our base jumpsuit gives us +2 to melee weapons, another reason to use the baseball bat, and +2 to speech. The utility jumpsuit we looted from the cabinet gives us +5 to lockpick and +5 to repair, which may come in handy later. The baseball cap Stanley gave us for our 10th birthday party gives us another +5 to melee weapons. With everything equipped, we can really rock with this baseball bat. As soon as we head outside,
There she is. Hold it right there.
one of the security officers sees us. Ducking back inside, we can wait for him to come to us, but instead, he gets attacked. Radroaches. If we're too slow or if we ignore him, the radroaches kill him, but the security officer weakened them for us. With the officer dead, we can easily dispatch the radroaches. This was Officer John Kendall, the officer whom the overseer talked with at the top of the stairs as he was leaving our birthday party. He's the father of our classmate Christine. She's the one who, after passing the GOAT exam, learned that she'd have to work in maintenance with Stanley, and we just allowed her father to die. But with Kendall dead, we can loot his Vault 101 security armor and his police baton. This is our first real armor in the game. Both the helmet and the armor are in an unrepaired state, but as they are, the helmet gives us a DR of 3 and the armor a DR of 9. Vastly superior to the jumpsuit. Though now we've lost all of our melee bonuses, the security baton deals 7 damage compared to our baseball bat's 10. At the end of the hallway, we can turn left or right. Turning right, we find a door to storage, but it's inaccessible. We'll find many of the doors to the vault inaccessible, which really only gives us one path to follow. Turning around, we can go the only other way. Here we do find 2 bathrooms we can explore, but neither of them have any interesting loot. However, while we're in the middle of exploring one of the stalls,
You gotta help me! My mom's trapped in there with the radroaches!
Butch comes to us for help. Some radroaches are attacking his mother, and we've already seen what damage they can do, but this is Butch. Sorry, Butch. I've got my own problems to deal with right now.
Please, I know I've always been a jerk towards you. I know it. But you can't walk away and let her die just because I was an asshole. Please, I'm begging you.
Butch, asking me for help. If only you knew what irony meant.
Yeah, I'm asking you. So what? Look, I'm sorry for the way I've always treated you. You know I never meant any of it, right? But it's my mom. You can't leave her in there with the radroaches.
Why do you need my help anyway? Are you afraid of a few radroaches?
Well, yeah, so I hate radroaches. So what? I tried to go back in to help her, I swear I did. But I just can't do it. So I'm begging you, please help her. I don't know what I'd do without my mom.
So Big Bad Butch is afraid of a few little radroaches. Actually, I can't leave her for the radroaches. You just watch me.
No, please, I'll do anything. You can join the Tunnel Snakes. I'll be your best friend forever. You gotta help her.
Buzz off. I'm not gonna help you.
Please, I know I've always been a jerk towards you. I know it. But you can't walk away and let her die just because I was an asshole. Please, I'm begging you.
Begging. I like that. Let's hear some more begging.
Okay, sure. You can join the Tunnel Snakes. I'll be your best friend forever. Whatever you want. Just save my mom.
Oh, I can be a tunnel snake? Good luck with the roaches. I'm out of here.
You're a real bastard, you know that? I hate your guts, you fucking coward!
If we refuse to help, Butch runs towards his home, and his mother vainly calls for help from Officer Kendall, who's already dead.
Ow, that hurts!
Heading into her and Butch's bedroom, we can either intervene or just watch the carnage. But even if we do intervene, it's possible to be too slow.
Stop it! Ah!
If Butch's mom dies when we next find Butch,
She's dead! She's dead, and you could have helped and you didn't! Get away from me! Just go away and leave me alone!
if Officer Kendall somehow survives his radroach attack, he will come to Butch, but he refuses to help his mother.
I've got bigger problems right now than dealing with your lush of a mother again.
Radroach infestation is under
No,
control.
wait!
Do
You're looking
not
for the
interfere
docks kid, right?
with
He was just here.
personnel.
I saw where he went.
You saw her? Where'd she go?
Any resident found outside his or her
You go in there and help my mom. Then I'll tell you.
severely.
Listen, you little punk. We just beat a man to death. You want to be next?
No, sir. She went that way. I saw her. I did.
That's better. Now get in your goddamn room.
No, please, don't leave. You gotta help my mom.
if I ever get my hands on that kid, so help me.
Or, after asking him to beg first, we find a couple of speech options. We can convince him to abandon his own mother by saying, "Your mom's already done for. You better run before those roaches come for you."
Oh my God, you're right. I can hear their little scratching feet coming this way. I gotta get out of here.
In which case he flees while his mother calls for his help.
Butchie, help me! Ah!
Or we can pass a speech check to say, "You're big, they're little. Just go back in there and squish them. Be a hero."
You know what? You're right. They aren't anything I can't handle. Tunnel snakes rule!
In which case Butch overcomes his fear of radroaches and races in to help his mother. He apparently has repaired his switchblade after our dad salvaged it for springs for the BB gun, because he pulls one out and starts wailing on the radroaches. Or if we can't pass the speech check, we can say, "Here, take my BB gun. You don't need to be scared of the radroaches now."
Wow, where'd you get that? Okay, maybe I can do this. All right, I'm gonna go back in there and kill those damn roaches. Thanks.
And filled with bravery, he races in to save his mother.
Butchie, help me! Ah!
But it is a BB gun, and Butch has bad aim, so it can take a while. We may have to intervene. Or, if we don't have the BB gun but we do have the baseball bat, we find an option to say, "Here, take my baseball bat. Now you can handle the roaches on your own." Note that if we have both the BB gun and the baseball bat, we only find one option and the BB gun takes precedence. So we only find the baseball bat option if we don't have the BB gun.
This would squish those little buggers real nice. Okay, maybe I can do this. All right, I'm gonna go back in there and kill those damn roaches. Thanks.
Butch is much more comfortable with a baseball bat. He takes the radroaches out in no time.
Ah! Stop it! Ow, that hurts!
Or we can simply say, "All right, I'll help. But I'm doing this for your mom, not for you."
Sure, I don't care why. Just get her out of there.
With that, Butch accompanies us to the room but then hangs back. We race in to save his mother, Ellen Deloria.
Not interfere with vault security personnel.
No matter which option we choose, if Ellen survives, Butch thanks us.
We did it! My mom's gonna be okay! You're the best friend I've ever had, man! Hey, I know it isn't much, but I want you to have my tunnel snake's jacket. Go ahead, take it.
And with that, he gives us his prized possession, his tunnel snake's jacket. He seems genuinely appreciative. Perhaps we made a friend. We get the tunnel snake's outfit fully repaired. He must have taken great care of it. It has a DR of 4 and grants us +5 to melee weapons. Plus, I just love that Pip-Boy icon. It's great. Now, it is possible to kill Butch here and take his jacket, but that has great ramifications much later in the game, so we'll leave him alive.
You're the best, man. The best. Everything's gonna be okay now, thanks to you.
After saving Ellen, the mother and son duo hang back. Talking with Ellen, we begin to understand exactly how Butch turned out the way he did.
Come on, sit down and have a drink with me. God, I could really use a drink right now.
But we don't have time to think of the past. Heading out of the bedroom, we can go down the hall, past the cigar lounge, towards the diner. If we head into the diner where we had our 10th birthday, we find rad roaches near to a corpse. It's none other than the body of Grandma Taylor. We haven't met her yet, but we'll learn more about her in a minute. She's the wife of Officer Taylor, but we won't meet Officer Taylor until much later. Out of the diner, we find the door to the reactor locked. To continue, we have to go up the stairs towards the atrium. Here we find a security officer.
Hold on, Missy, I just want to talk to you for a minute. Oh, you're lucky it was me who found you. The others won't be so forgiving. I don't know what you're up to, and I don't want to know. Just clear out of here, and I'll pretend I never saw you.
And I'll pretend you don't work for a homicidal maniac.
Don't think I don't know it. Why do you think I'm letting you go? I guess you're trying to follow your dad. Outside.
As far as I'm concerned, you're a murderer just like the rest of them.
Now, come on, that's not fair. I wasn't even there. I had some words with the overseer when I saw what they'd done to Jonas. But they all went crazy when they realized what your dad had done. Opened the vault door. Good gravy, if it was anybody but your dad, I'd have thought he was a traitor too. But not him. If he opened that door, he must have had his reasons. And you better follow him, quick.
Thanks, Officer Gomez. I always liked you.
It's a real shame it's come to this. I can't believe what they did to Jonas. Officer Mack was just out of control. But you're a good kid. You didn't do anything to deserve this. Go find your dad if you can.
Officer Gomez turns a blind eye as we slink away.
Come on, kid, get out of here before you get us both killed.
Exploring the classroom where we took the goat, we find it empty, but we do see signs of a struggle. Broch's chair is turned over, and the American flag has fallen from the wall. Heading back out to the hallway, we see that Stanley and Andy successfully fended off a bunch of rad roaches.
If you keep turning like that, I'm gonna crack your casing.
Don't blame me for your incompetence. I remember George used to have the lightest touch. Ah, those were the days. Those nasty roaches have gotten my circuits in such a
Almost got it. This vault's been going to pot ever since that young Alphonse took over. Don't be such an old woman. Just a few more adjustments and you'll be as good as new.
The clinic is totally tossed around. Something violent happened here. Stanley pulls out a spanner and starts working on Andy, and here they stay. At least they're safe. This is an opportunity to get the bobblehead if we didn't get it when we were 16. This is one of the few rooms that we can loot for scrap. We find a lot of junk on the ground as well as one stim pack. However, we can't read Father's terminal. It's locked and we don't have the key. Our only opportunity to read it was back when we were 16. Heading out and moving to the end of the hallway, we can open the door to the atrium. As we round a corner, we overhear a conversation.
We should just go back to our quarters.
It's our only chance, don't you see? We're getting out of here, just like the doctor. I'm not gonna let anyone stop us. It's me!
Tom! Be careful! Tom! No!
Vaulteq security killed Tom and Mary Holden in cold blood. He and his wife Mary wanted to seize upon the opportunity to get out of the vault. But officers O'Brien and Richards are on orders from the overseer to gun down anyone who tries to escape. If they would do this to Tom and Mary, what will they do to us? Now, it is possible to kill officers O'Brien and Richards before they murder Tom and Mary. But I don't think this was intentional, because if we kill them, Tom simply runs to the door, says,
"What's the world coming to?"
then turns back around and runs back to the lower level with his wife. So it looks like even though they really want out of this vault, having spent their lives here, the prospect of living above ground is still terrifying to them. Even if we kill officers O'Brien and Richards, we find the door they were guarding locked and we don't have a key. Incidentally, if we don't kill them here, they can become a problem later. After Tom and Mary run to their deaths, we find one door to the upper level propped open with a locker at the bottom of this atrium. Passing through, we can head upstairs to kill some more rad roaches. And round a corner to the top floor of the atrium. Crossing the catwalk, we find the door to the equipment room and the door to utility completely inaccessible. We see the overseer's window at the end of the atrium. Hard work is happy work. This leaves only one door open, the door to admin. As we walk towards the door, we pass a window.
You! This is your fault. You and your stupid father. He had to go and leave, didn't he? He had to mess things up for everybody. The doc's stupid kid is over here. She's trying to leave the vault. Don't let her get away. Guards! Guards! She's over here!
This is Alan Mack, father to Wally Mack, one of the more vulgar tunnel snakes. I think it becomes apparent how his son turned out the way he did. We learn the potential fate of his son, Wally Mack, through a Creation Club creation for Fallout 4, which may or may not be canonical. I covered that story in a video that you can watch here. Looks like no matter what happens, the Lone Wanderer will be blamed for this, even though the Lone Wanderer had nothing to do with it. There is really no future left for us in Vault 101. Heading through the admin door, we arrive at the systems room, which we see is overrun with more rad roaches. Here we find Security Chief Hannon making his rounds. And we find a body. Either Chief Hannon or the Radroaches killed Floyd Lewis. We never get to meet him while he's alive. We learn from the Fallout 3 official strategy guide that he's an engineer. This is likely where he was working when he was killed. He was always kind to the Lone Wanderer when growing up, and this is how he ends. On his body, we can find another Vault 101 utility jumpsuit, great for repairing the one we have, and some tinted reading glasses, which simply give us a DR of 1. We could try to kill Hannon here, or we can sneak away. If we don't kill him here, he may become a problem later. We find the door to admin on the opposite side of the systems room. As we round a corner, we overhear another conversation.
I told you, I don't know anything!
Be reasonable, Amata. Officer Mack may enjoy this, but I don't. Just tell us where to find your friend so we can talk to her.
She's my friend. I was worried about her. What does she have to do with any of this anyway?
Probably nothing. Which is why you need to tell me where she is so I can talk to her. One more time.
Do what your dad says, Amata.
Please! Daddy, no!
That'll do for now. Now then, are you ready to tell me where your friend has gone? There's no need for any more of this.
I'm not telling you anything! And don't pretend you aren't enjoying this, Daddy. You're sick!
Very well. There's no hurry. Your friend isn't going anywhere after all. Go ahead, officer.
You'd better talk, girlie.
No, please don't!
We find Officer Mack, whom Officer Gomez told us murdered Jonas, and the Overseer interrogating and assaulting his own daughter Amata. Now, if we chose to give Amata back the pistol she was offering us, at this point, we don't have to do anything. Amata saves herself.
Watch out, sir, she's got a gun.
Amata, where did you get that gun?
Just get away from me! I don't want to shoot you, but I will! I swear I will!
How dare you threaten me? And with my own gun! I'm your father, damn you, and you'll show me some respect. Officer Mack, don't just stand there!
Don't make me take that gun away from you, girlie. Just hand it over, nice and easy now.
No! Get away from me!
Oh my God, Amata! What have you done?
She then opens the door and runs down the hallway, leaving the Overseer alone in the room, whereupon we can pickpocket him or kill him. But if we took the pistol, we can respond in one of 3 ways. We can open the door and use the 10mm pistol that Amata gave us to kill them both.
Please stop. Please don't have him hit me again. Don't you care that I'm your own daughter?
I've always indulged you, Amata. And now you've taken advantage of my lenience. Go ahead, officer.
You'd better talk.
But if we do, despite saving her, we've broken Amata's heart by killing her dad.
My God, what have you done? You killed him! Why would you kill my father? Get away from me! I can't talk to you right now.
If we choose this option, we can loot the Overseer's office key and his terminal password from his corpse, as well as 3 stim packs. We find more armor on Officer Mack that we can use to repair the security armor we already have. If we inspect the Overseer's password in our Pip-Boy, we learn that it's Amata. Could he somehow, in his disturbed mind, really love his daughter? We find a security terminal on the desk here. We can use it to lock a security door, but the cell isn't used for anything. In a nearby locker, we find some chems, but if we left any of the Vaulteq security alive on our way, they can race in and attack us here. There are 3 lockers by the door. If we chose to sneak in here, we can find the Overseer's terminal password and keys in this locker. Otherwise, we find some 10mm ammunition and more Vault 101 security armor. The second option is to intervene but only kill Officer Mack. If we do, Amata flees out the door and her father stands by to watch us kill Mack. With Mack dead, we can question the Overseer.
I hope you're here to turn yourself in, young lady. You're already in enough trouble as it is. Don't make it worse for yourself.
I'm afraid the Vault will just have to get along without you. Time to die.
Do you really think I'm afraid of a little snot-nosed punk like you? I've dealt with your kind many times before. I've never minded getting my hands dirty when I had to.
In which case he turns hostile, or we can say, if you ever lay a hand on Amata again, I'll make you regret it.
I place the good of the vault above everything, even my own paternal feelings. We must not allow sentiment to cloud our judgment. But I admire your protective instincts. Very well. I give you my word that Amata will not suffer further because of your actions. Now then, if you really care about Amata, you will see how dangerous your father's actions were. Hand over your weapons, and put an end to this dangerous situation. There is no need to join your father as a traitor to the vault.
Is this what you said to Jonas before you killed him? Time to die, old man.
A regrettable incident, but sometimes harsh measures are necessary for the good of the vault. Such has always been my lot. Think a moment. If you really care about your fellow citizens, killing me is the worst thing you could do. Without an overseer, the vault would be plunged into chaos and disaster. Surely you can see that as well as I. Come now, turn yourself in and we can resolve this whole thing peacefully. Just because your father betrayed us doesn't mean you have to.
All right, we'll do it your way. I surrender.
Thank you. That will make this easier. Guards, help me!
In which case he also turns hostile, but this time with our weapons. We can try to survive this by looting the police baton and security armor from the corpse of Officer Mack. Then quickly equipping it, we can defend ourselves.
Your father betrayed us all! I always knew it would come to this.
Most of these dialogue options result in a violent confrontation. We can say, my father is no traitor, but you're a murderer and a thug.
Let's let history be the judge of that. If you had paid attention to Mr. Broch, you'd understand that history is invariably written by the victor.
And I intend to be the victor. You won't survive the night. Guards, help me!
Or we can say, just give me the keys to your office and your password, then I'll be going.
Oh, is that all? Is there anything else I can get you while you're here? You'll get nothing from me. I'll die before I see the safety of the vault compromised again.
We have three options. We can say, Amata trusts me. If you don't give me what I want, I'll hurt her bad.
My God, you're a cold-blooded little shit, aren't you? I think you'd actually do it. Here, take them and leave the vault. I'll have you shot on sight if you ever come back.
Or we can say you're right. You will die if you don't give me that password.
I've dealt with your kind before, you little snot-nosed punk. You should have run like your coward of a father.
In which case he turns hostile. Or we can say, I'll escape without your help then. I'm not the one who started killing people.
Save your sanctimony. The world is a dangerous place and I make no apologies for doing whatever it takes to keep the vault safe.
Guards, help me!
He calls for help here, but he doesn't actually turn hostile. Choosing this option, we're able to kill Officer Mack while leaving the Overseer alive. Or we could have simply gone in guns blazing, killed Mack, and then left the Overseer alive without talking to him. The third and final choice is to simply walk away. All the doors along this corridor are locked, except the door to the right to the Overseer's office. And here we find the corpse of Jonas. What was Jonas doing in the Overseer's office? Perhaps he was helping Dad escape. On his body, we find a pair of eyeglasses, which, like the other pair we looted, simply grants us a DR of 1, though they do look different. A stim pack, a Vault lab uniform, which only has a DR of 2, but grants us +5 to science, and a note from Dad.
Hold on, Jonas. I need to record this first. I don't really know how to tell you this. I hope you'll understand, but I know you might be angry. I thought about it for a long time, but in the end, I decided it was best for you not to know. So many things could have gone wrong, and there's really no telling how the Overseer will react when he finds out. It's best if he can blame everything on me. Obviously, you already know that I'm gone. It was something I needed to do. You're an adult now. You're ready to be on your own. Maybe someday things will change and we can see each other again. I can't tell you why I left or where I'm going. I don't want you to follow me. God knows life in the vault isn't perfect, but at least you'll be safe. Just knowing that will be enough to keep me going.
Don't mean to rush you, Doc, but I'd feel better if we got this over with.
Okay, go ahead. Goodbye. I love you.
Dad, he did leave the vault, and he didn't tell us. But what was he thinking? He's known for as long as we have what kind of man the Overseer was. How could he not predict the Overseer to respond this way? How could he assume that the Overseer really would blame everything on James, our dad, that he wouldn't turn on us? How could he be confident that we really would be safe here? Because he ended up being wrong. We are in mortal peril here. Opening the door to the right, we find the Overseer's office. But before we head that way, we'll open the door to the left. This leads to the Overseer and Amata's personal quarters. If we killed the Overseer or ignored him interrogating Amata, we'll find this room empty. But if we killed Mac and spared the Overseer, we find Amata sitting at this table holding her head.
Thank you! I told you my father wasn't himself. I don't know what he might have done if you hadn't come along. You'd better get out of here. I'll try to meet you at the vault door if I don't make it. Good luck.
Or if Amata killed Mac herself, we'll again find her here, but she says something different.
Oh my God. I had no idea my father would... I had no choice. Officer Mac, Here, take it. I don't want it anymore. I don't know what I'd do if I still had the gun and my father came looking for me.
I'll be sure to put this gun to good use. Thanks.
Maybe it would have been better if you'd taken it in the first place. I don't know.
Nice job. I had no idea you were so good at shooting people.
Don't even start. I can't tell when you're joking anymore.
You had no choice. You only did what you had to.
I don't know. I don't know. Well, you'd better get out of here. I'll try to meet you at the vault door. If I don't make it, good luck.
The door to the left is Amata's room. It's a Spartan thing. Her only possession is one framed photograph of herself and her father when she was 10. Heading out, we can open the door to the Overseer's room. Here we find a control terminal which we can't interact with. And in his dresser, we find the Overseer's office key, another way to get a hold of it without killing or pickpocketing him. If we left any of the officers alive, they can track us all the way to the Overseer's office. With the path clear, we can enter the office. Behind his circular desk, we find the Overseer's terminal. We can either use the password we looted or pickpocketed from his corpse, or hack the terminal. Once inside, we find a number of options. In the first, View Security Dossiers, we find 4 entries. The first, Tunnel Snakes. If Butch and his leather-clad delinquents accost Amata one more time, they'll have more to deal with than their acerbic teacher. Their services have come in handy upon occasion, I must admit, but they're starting to become unruly. If dogs become feral, they must be put down. I'll have to remind Butch of that upon our next meeting. So Overseer Almodovar was using the tunnel snakes to intimidate people he thought needed it? Could that explain why Butch and his cronies have been paying the lone wanderer particular attention all these years? Because the Overseer didn't trust us and has been using them to intimidate us? Though I wonder if this would really work for him. An unruly band of thugs roaming the halls of Vault 101 only makes the Overseer look weak for having not dealt with it, don't you think? In the next one, Beatrice. Beatrice was the one who wrote us a poem for our 10th birthday. She also had the posting on the bulletin board offering fortune-telling services. The Fallout 3 official strategy guide tells us that she has a crush on Mr. Broch. She's best friends with Pepper Gomez, Officer Gomez's wife, and she has 2 sisters, Mary Kendall, whose husband just died to radroaches, and Gloria Mack, whose husband wearing the baseball cap shouted at us through a pane of glass. Her father is Stanley Armstrong, the guy who fixed up our Pip-Boy. Just what Vault 101 needs, an absent-minded, sexually repressed sycophant. Beatrice has served Vault 101 admirably for years, but her mind is growing feeble. I'll have to speak with our good doctor about some kind of long-term pharmaceutical solution. We may at least be able to keep her comfortable and quiet until she passes on. How exactly did Beatrice serve Vault 101? As a fortune teller? Let's go with fortune teller. In the next one, Jonas. I never should have assigned Jonas as James's assistant. He was always too idealistic for his own good. Now he spends every waking minute with the good doctor, who gleefully fills his ears with even more idealistic nonsense. I've considered reassigning him, but the truth is Jonas is a fine medic in his own right, and hiding him down in maintenance would be a terrible waste of resources. So the Overseer knew something was up, and has distrusted James, our father, for a very long time. In the final one, Amata, every time I try to get Amata to open up, she just pushes me further and further away. Since she was a child, I've tried to instill in her those virtues that have made this vault what it is today: loyalty, honesty, commitment, and hard work. She does try, and with a lot of guidance, has grown into a fine young woman. That makes it all the sadder that she continues to alienate me. She looks at me and sees the Overseer, not the father that has cared for her alone since she was an infant. I wonder whatever happened to Amata's mother. Does the Overseer really care for his daughter? I don't know, I get the impression that he cares about her as she's a reflection of his parenting, not that he actually cares about her as a person and for her needs. After all, here he praises her, saying she grew into a good woman, but only due to his guidance. He's taking credit for anything good about his daughter. He loves his daughter only because she makes him look good. Backing out of security dossier, we can view scouting reports. Report February 10th, 2241, 36 years ago. As our tests suggested, the immediate vicinity of the vault is no longer dangerously irradiated, although the background radiation is still well above safe levels. Pockets of more intense radiation appear to still be common, and all surface water seems to be undrinkable. We will need to carry ample supplies of Radex with us on all future surveys, but hazard suits do not seem to be necessary for general exploration. Our old maps are largely useless. The town of Springvale is an abandoned ruin, and all pre-war roads have all disappeared or are no longer passable. We encountered a group of monstrous ants which appear to confirm McKay's theories of mutation due to extended exposure to radiation. We drove off the ants with gunfire and collected several specimens for study upon return to the vault. See Exhibit A. The good news is that human civilization still survives despite everything. We discovered a settlement known as Megaton. See Exhibit B, whose inhabitants, although somewhat wary at first, soon welcomed us into their town. We spent a good deal of time in Megaton and learned a great deal about the Capital Wasteland, as the area around Washington, D.C. is now called, from them. Megaton is a fortified outpost of civilization of sorts, but it seems that giant ants are the least of the dangers in this new world. We agreed that it was prudent to return to the vault immediately to revise our survey plans in light of what we have learned. Lewis and Agnes remained in Megaton to serve as ambassadors and continue to collect information until we return. Ann Palmer, Survey Team Leader, February 10th, 2241. It appears as though Lewis and Agnes both eventually returned to Vault 101 because we found Agnes here, dead. Agnes was Agnes Taylor, Grandma Taylor, whose corpse we found on the floor of the diner. Ann Palmer was the mother of Jonas Palmer. It's never stated explicitly in the game, but we learn from the game files that Ann Palmer died in the wasteland. Lewis and Agnes eventually returned. It appears that at some point, Ann Palmer left Vault 101 again. Jonas may have inherited her adventuring nature, which is why he was willing to risk everything, even his life, to help James. Backing out of this, we can examine the exhibits. In the first one, Exhibit A, oh, yes, that is indeed a giant ant. Well, I suppose if we find giant cockroaches in the vault, it's no surprise to find giant ants. And in the next one, Exhibit B, it's kind of hard to make that out. I suppose that's supposed to be a photograph of the nearby town of Megaton. We'll have to remember this and see if we can find it if we finally leave the vault. Backing out of scouting reports, we can next move on to Vaulteq Instructions. Here we find 3 entries. In the first, letter from Dr. Stanislaus Braun, a letter to the Overseer from Dr. Stanislaus Braun. If you are reading this, emergency internment procedures have been initiated, and you and your control group have been sealed into your vault. Congratulations, you are now a vital part of the most ambitious program ever undertaken by Vaulteq. If you have not yet read your sealed orders, do so now. They will outline the experimental protocols assigned to your control group. Please remember that any deviation from these protocols in any way will jeopardize the success of the program and may be considered grounds for termination by Vaulteq Corporation, as outlined in your employee agreement. Your vault may or may not have been selected to receive a Garden of Eden Creation Kit GEC module. Please see Attachment A for details. Dr. Stanislaus Braun, Director, Societal Preservation Program, Vaulteq Corporation. This letter from Stanislaus Braun describes Vault 101 as a control group, but he also says that it was assigned experimental protocols. We never learn in the game exactly what Vault 101's experiment was, but in the Fallout 3 official strategy guide we do. The experiment of Vault 101 was to test the role of an omnipotent overseer in a vault that never opened. At some point, Vaulteq was to send the all-clear signal, allowing many of the other vaults, including the other control vaults, to open their doors and to repopulate the wasteland. But that was never the intention for Vault 101. Vault 101 was to never open, and no one was to ever leave except for the Overseer. The Overseer was the only one allowed to leave, which is why he had a secret tunnel installed in his office. In furtherance of this, Vault 101 constantly played faked radio signals to convince the Vault 101 dwellers that the world outside was uninhabitable. This experiment is why the Overseer of Vault 101 is refusing to let anyone leave, even on pain of death. This is why the Overseer is making such a big deal about James leaving the vault. Backing out of this one, we can read Attachment A, which Stanislaus Braun told us about in his letter. Vault 101 will not receive a GEC module and should operate under the guidelines laid forth in the Overseer's sealed orders. And this, of course, makes sense. A Garden of Eden creation kit, as we learned from the events of Fallout 2, is designed to be used by vault dwellers to repopulate the wasteland, to create new cities, new civilization. This is what happened with Vault 8. The people of Vault 8 eventually left, then used their GEC to create Vault City, which we can explore during the events of Fallout 2. Since Vault 101's experiment was to never open the door, they had no need for a GEC, and so they weren't equipped with one. Backing out of this, we can learn more about the GEC by reading the Vaulteq scientific entry, The GEC. The GEC is, quite simply, the most advanced piece of technology ever developed by Vaulteq, a terraforming module capable of creating life from complete lifelessness. After riding out the storm of nuclear Armageddon in a Vaulteq patented vault, residents can then activate the GEC and create a new earthen paradise. Craters and dust will give way to rolling grasslands and sparkling clear water. Of course, due to time and monetary constraints, not every vault will be equipped with a GEC module. After learning as many of the Overseer's secrets as we can back out and select Open the Overseer's Tunnel. Turning around, we see the desk rise. With the tunnel open, we can head down the stairs, but before we do, we can peer out that unique circular window we saw from the atrium. This is what the Overseer used to watch over the people. Turning around, we can take the stairs down and open a door at the end of the hallway. This leads us to a corridor where we find one more rat roach. At the end, we open another door. This brings us to a large room with apparently no exit. But if we punch a button at the end of the room, a secret door slides open. This brings us right to the vault entrance. Peering out the window, we see the door, but the controls aren't here. Heading out, we find the controls right in front of the door.
She's opening the vault door. Get the Overseer. We need this door open now.
Actually opened it.
After the door opens, we can say goodbye to Amata. This conversation is different based on the choices we made earlier. If we chose to kill her father...
Good, you're leaving. I guess you were trying to help me, but you didn't have to kill him.
I enjoyed killing him. Now get out of my way.
Gladly. The only reason I'm not calling the guards is out of respect for your dad. I don't want him to lose the only family he has left.
Your father deserved to die. He was a murderer.
Oh, really? And who appointed you judge, jury, and executioner? I know he wasn't perfect, but he was my father. I thought you were my friend. He was the only family I had left. I thought you, of all people, would have understood that.
I'm sorry, Amata, but I had no choice.
So you say. Maybe one day I'll be able to forgive you, but not now. I hope you never have to find out what it's like to see your father killed right in front of you. No, don't listen to me. Just go. Find your father. I have to go bury mine.
Why not come with me? There's nothing here for you anymore.
No, I can't. Not with you, not now.
Goodbye, Amada.
You'd better leave before I change my mind about letting you go.
If instead we chose to sneak by and we didn't help Amada...
I didn't think I would make it. My father, Officer Mac, I didn't tell them anything, I swear. When the warning sirens came on, they all ran out. I guess that was you? I see you got the door open, that's good.
Must not have been too bad. You're still alive, aren't you?
You're right. Compared to Jonas, I'm just peachy. A few bruises, nothing more. What do I have to complain about? You seem to have come through in fine shape as well. Go on then. The door's open. Time for you to leave. And I'll stay here and clean up the mess you and your dad made. Don't worry, I'm sure I can patch things up with my father. That's what we do down here, isn't it? Smile and pretend everything is just fine.
My only concern was getting this door open, and I did it.
Of course. That was the plan, wasn't it? I was supposed to distract them while you got the door open. Mission accomplished. Now you're going to go out there, and I'm gonna go back and make up with my dear old daddy. I guess if anyone can survive out there, it's you. And I'm great at pretending everything's just fine. So that's okay too. Go on. What are you waiting for? No point in getting caught now after all this trouble. Goodbye.
I'm sorry, Amada, but I couldn't risk helping you. They would have killed me.
You're right, I understand. It was crazy for me to think you could stop them. What's important is that you made it. You got the door open.
You should come with me. It's not safe for you to stay.
Don't worry about me. Whatever happens, I'm sure I'll be in less danger than you. I can't imagine what you're gonna find out there.
Goodbye, Amada.
Goodbye. Find your dad. I'll miss you. You've been a good friend.
And finally, if we chose to help Amada by killing Mac, but we spared her father, or if we gave Amada the pistol and she saved herself and we spared her father.
You did it! You opened the door! My God, I almost didn't believe it was possible.
I didn't need your help. Go back to your crazy father.
Fair enough. I know you must hate my father for what he's done, and I guess maybe you hate me now too. But for whatever it's worth, I'm sorry. Sorry about Jonas and my father and everything. If you do catch up with your dad, I hope you'll tell him that. Jonas was my friend too, you know.
When I say I'm going to do something, I do it.
You're right. I should have never doubted you.
I couldn't have done it without your help.
No, you didn't need me. If anyone can survive out there, it's you.
Why don't you come with me?
It's tempting, but my place is here. The vault needs me more than you do. I'm the only one who has a chance to talk some sense into my father.
Goodbye, Amada.
Goodbye. Listen, if you do catch up with your dad, tell him I'm sorry. For, Jonas and my father and everything.
With that, Officer Wolf and Officer Park race into the room and attack. And if we left any of the other security guards alive, they come and attack too. We can kill them, or we can just turn around and hightail it out the door. If we do, they follow us to the door, but stop and back away. If we get closer, they open fire again. And if we get too far away, they shut the door behind us. Now there is nothing we can do to get back in. And we discover a horrifying sight. Lying on the ground outside the door to Vault 101 are skeletons and signs. Let us in, fancy people. Help us. We're dying, assholes. After the bombs, people came down to Vault 101 and banged on the door to be allowed in. But the Overseer, according to instructions, refused. We have one path forward. We have to leave the tunnel and enter this capital wasteland. As we open the door at the end of the tunnel, we have one last opportunity to change our name, our race and gender, our special attributes, and tag skills. When we are finished, we can leave. We arrive at a scenic overlook overlooking the ruins of Springvale. We've spent the past 19 years of our lives underground. We've never been in a world that didn't have a roof. We have no idea what this world is all about. How can we find our father? Well, we have one clue. On the Overseer's terminal, we read about a Vault 101 expedition that found a nearby town called Megaton. We'll have to find our way to Megaton to find any trace of our father James in our next video. I publish many videos each and every week here on my channel, so if you don't want to miss the next episode, be sure to subscribe and to click that bell notification button. If you have and you feel like you're still not getting notifications, consider following me on Twitter at Oxhorn. I update Twitter manually with every new piece of content that I publish. I have a shirt shop with completely unique designs you can't find anywhere else. My designs come in a variety of men's, women's, and children's sizes, and in a wide array of colors. They come on other products as well, like smartphone cases, pillows, posters, stickers, mugs, prints, etc. So if interested, you can find a link to my shop in the description below, or you can click here. If you like what I do and you want to support me in a more personal way, consider becoming a patron on Patreon or a member here on YouTube. But more than anything, I'm just so glad you're here watching this video with me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon with the next episode in the full story of Fallout 3.